And we wanted to get some breaking news right now. We've been keeping an eye on this for the last few minutes or so. It looks like SkyCal's overhead right now of a stolen vehicle pursuit. We know that LAPD is the agency involved in this one as of right now. This started in South LA, and it's a little hard to tell where we are right now, but Los Cerritos, it looks like the map is pointing us out.
Yeah, we want to get that location as soon as possible for you. It looks like they are probably on surface streets here, right near the 405, it looks like, near Long Beach, Los Cerritos area. So what we know, as Gio said, this is a stolen vehicle. It's hard to make out there. It looks like it's a red sedan. The LAPD is pursuing right now at pretty quick speeds. And at this point, we don't have much information on a suspect or suspects. Of course, many times there's multiple people in a car, but at this point, we just know at least the driver is who they're after here. And
of course, when we're dealing with surface streets versus jumping on the freeway, we wonder whether or not this will get handed off to CHP potentially at any point. But maintaining an eye on this as that car is now zooming to close to 80 miles an hour. It did touch the 90s there for a hot second, and now we're in the 80s. But that's that red sedan here that we're keeping an eye on at the moment. Looks like we're on the 710. Going north
near the Harbor Gateway
area.
But
I mean, it's you always worry with traffic, especially as we're zoomed in and keeping an eye on everything right now, because as it gets tight, you worry, especially with increasing speeds at this time of night.
Yeah, you see at least two LAPD cruisers behind this car here, and we know many times the question is, will CHP now take over? That will depend on how long this driver stays on the freeway here. Looks like they're getting off the 710 in the North Long Beach area. We're going to watch this and see where this driver goes here.
And it's a little dark, too, on top of all this.
There you go. They got off there, probably on Del Amo Boulevard in the Long Beach area there, and now on surface streets here.
And this is the part where obviously we start getting really antsy when it comes to maintaining, maintaining their presence on these surface streets, blowing through lights. That one was green, but at any moment, you could have another car coming through an intersection. But LAPD still in pursuit, close behind as well. That's the cruiser that we see right behind there, and the spotlight overhead. So they're not losing their contact or their eye contact on this vehicle. It almost looked like we had a close call there with one vehicle, but now we're making a left turn, and boy, I mean, it's cutting it close at least a few times so far as we get past this McDonald's.
Now in the Long Beach area, and this is not too far away from South LA, where we know this pursuit first started. Again, wanted for stolen vehicle, but we don't know necessarily the circumstances. But yeah, blowing through these intersections right now. And you can see another thing is the windows look to be tinted on this vehicle as they are now making their way on the opposite side of the road, trying to wrangle their way through some traffic here.
And worth highlighting as well, Leslie made this point earlier, we don't know how many people are in this vehicle right now. Obviously, of course, there's the driver, but oftentimes this early when we jump into a pursuit, we can't really make out more beyond if there's a passenger, there's someone else in the back seat. We're trying to zoom in right now, see if we can get a better look, but those windows are a bit tinted, and just at least the angle where we're at, we can't really make out too much beyond just knowing that driver is there right now.
Yeah, interesting thing here. Sometimes we look at the vehicle, right? We know this is a stolen vehicle, at least allegedly by police. It looks like on that vehicle are two probably unique markers. It looks like there's a bumper sticker and another sticker on the back windshield of that vehicle. So that is not something we always see, but definitely identifiers. And at this point, it looks like police are trying to pull back a little bit, and sometimes we see that because they're trying to slow things down.
Right.
This is very dangerous situation, as you're seeing a lot of people on the roadway still tonight here in the North Long Beach area, and police want to calm things down, although they're still pursuing.
And now they're approaching
the
even closer. Yeah, there was that brief respite of sorts where they sort of pulled back, and now he's making a U-turn and slows things down just a bit. But now it looks like we might be going on the wrong side of the road here, and it just heightens the danger even more so as keep making even more turns now down. It looks like we're in a residential area, so it narrows the streets even more. And normally in these situations when we're keeping an eye on it, I mean, sometimes you get cornered into a cul-de-sac and then it starts turning into our police just going to have to keep circling around right now. Because this is close to where initially this vehicle was stolen, now you start wondering whether or not this this driver, this pursuit suspect, is just trying to go back to an area they're familiar with and trying to find any sort of escape or any sort of getaway. We've seen that many times before, but right now at least the speeds have dialed down just a bit, but LAPD is still certainly in pursuit of this vehicle and staying close behind.
Yeah, and you got to wonder, is it going to come to a dead end here? Because that's where the freeway is. This is where the neighborhood stops. And I don't think this driver knows where they're at right now. Of course, we're pulling back just a little bit, going to give that LAPD airship enough room. You saw them flying underneath SkyCal there. And at this point, it looks like this driver is just going through these very narrow residential streets.
At least the good news in this particular situation is now it looks like we've gotten out of the neighborhood back on those main surface streets, is that it was slowing down a bit. That part of that out of necessity because it was narrow streets, it was dark, and you know, maybe that driver didn't exactly know where they were going, but now we're back on surface streets going 60+ miles an hour, and you just get worried because of all these lights, and some of them are green, and all these vehicles don't even know, you know, if you're just in traffic on a Saturday night in North Long Beach, then all of a sudden this car starts whizzing by. Well, on top of all these LAPD cruisers directly behind that, then it starts getting nerve-wracking.
Okay, it's hard to make out where that driver is right now. If they're in a community here, it looks like maybe a residential area is right now. If they're in a community here, it looks like maybe a residential area. We'll have to pull out again, but you could see they are making those sharp turns.
Man.
First veering into the wrong lane, now in the median there, definitely in the wrong lane. Very high speeds, especially on a residential roadway. And this is just a very dangerous situation right now. Getting
up past 80 miles an hour. I mean, goodness. Like
continuing to ride the median, but also now totally on the wrong side of the road. These are those situations where LAPD really does not want to see. They want to try to de-escalate the situation. And again, they don't know what this suspect may have. They know this is possibly a stolen vehicle, but they don't know if they may be armed or how dangerous they could be.
And that informs a lot of their decision making, right? Because you want to give them enough space to prevent any sort of danger, but you don't want to put officers' lives in danger as well. But you know that they're constantly communicating in situations like this to maintain an eye over it, because even if you're in the frame right now, you do see that LAPD cruiser, you know that they're directly behind, that there's multiple units in pursuit of this vehicle, but they are in constant communication, even if you don't see the LAPD cruiser in the frame of this vehicle. As we zoom in on the car right now, there's those markers we were pointing out earlier with that, what looked like a bumper sticker, but these tight turns.
Tight turns when there are cars on both sides
just
of
parked,
these residential roads.
Just sitting there, and you know, your mind trails off, and we've seen many crashes and collisions where even if it's a parked car, you don't know if that vehicle's then going to fly into someone's front yard or backyard, and you know, if people are just sitting in their homes on a Saturday night relaxing, and then all of a sudden this is going on, and right now it's just simply based on what we've been looking at these last few minutes, sort of going in circles.
Yeah, and that's what's interesting about this, is that this pursuit suspect continues to stay, at least for the last few minutes, in the same North Long Beach area. Again, we know this started in South LA, went down the 710 for a little bit. They have, for the last few minutes, been in this North Long Beach area. You could see they're going to make that U-turn, pretty aggressive U-turn, back to possibly where they were a few moments ago. But yeah, they are kind of staying in that same area, kind of going in circles here, continuing into a residential area, then back on these main streets, back in a residential area. So we'll have to see what this pursuit suspect does next. But you know, LAPD wants this to come to an end.
And oftentimes we see when they start getting, but when I say they, I mean when these pursuits start getting extended just a bit, and now it looks like slowing down. You know, you wonder if they're just going to jump back on the freeway and extend this for a little while, but now going a back alley, and maybe you start, you know,
you can make out one suspect, the driver there. It looks like they're wearing a blue shirt.
Coming out the other end, it looks like, of that alley and picking up speed once again.
And let me know if I'm incorrect on this, Gio, but they didn't have the window down, did they, earlier?
I thought it might have looked like they did, but I couldn't tell if that was, pardon me, if it was, if the window was tinted or not. But I would assume it looked like the window was down if we could make out the color of that driver's
And we're
shirt.
back in the same area now, right on White Avenue, where we saw this suspect before, just blowing through stop signs in this residential area. Fortunately, the airship is ahead, hopefully giving any other drivers on the road that heads up, hey, something dangerous is happening. Please be aware. But you know what? This person is just whipping these corners so quickly.
It reinforces your point that they're just sort of seemingly, from our perspective, just going back and forth all over, and where Sky Cows was a bit disoriented there for just a second as we flip around and keep an eye on the vehicle there. But it reinforces that notion of them just kind of going around this same residential area, not really jumping on the freeway or taking any sort of advantage to keep it going elsewhere. Picks up speed for a bit and just does those sharp U-turns all the way around where you're worried about them hitting a different vehicle, somebody else that's out there in the middle of traffic on a Saturday night, before inevitably slowing down, trying to find an alley to
just
avoid.
Completely crossing all the wrong lanes, going on to another major street here,
and doing
Artesia Boulevard.
Doing it in a way that would seem to indicate, obviously, they're trying to get away, but worth repeating once again that you might not see in this particular moment as we zoom in on the driver, that you may not see LAPD in the frame, but they are right behind him the entire time, and you still have the airship overhead. So they're not losing their sight on this vehicle, despite what looks like repeated attempts to dodge LAPD at any moment's notice by the suspect.
Yeah, what's really interesting, and we mentioned it before, is that this suspect is staying in that same area, once again making another U-turn, continuing this pursuit, and it just seems like they're going in circles at this point in the North Long Beach area. We lost them there for a second. You see them there. That's that red car there. Again, the want was a stolen vehicle by LAPD out of South LA. And for the last couple minutes, we've stayed in this North Long Beach area, heading up Long Beach Boulevard again. And we'll see if they'll go to that same neighborhood they were in a few moments ago.
And worth repeating that we don't know if there's anybody else in that vehicle besides the driver. And we're noticing again, right? It is almost like deja vu, right? Or like Groundhog Day. We just sort of keep looping back and making a left turn and circling around into those surface streets, then into these residential areas where you notice cars parked on the sides, and it makes for very tight, narrow spaces for this vehicle. It'll accelerate close to 60 miles an hour at one point, stay around to 40, go right here, just like this, right
White
that
Avenue
alley.
and East Allington.
And it's going to come.
Same exact area we were in moments ago. So you have to wonder, is this person obviously familiar with this area? Do they live around this area? Why do they keep coming back to the same residential community? And
at a
now through
at a certain
through
point,
these very narrow alleyways.
You can't think that you're actually getting away from LAPD, despite continuing to go down these alleys and try and find exit routes, because there are no exit routes right now. If anything, this driver is constraining themselves a little bit more because there's only so many places to go. And the reason we're expressing so much interest or concern is because typically in pursuits like this, you would have already moved on to either a different location, or normally, just based on the length of time, they would have found either a dead end or been stopped right around now. It's just kind of...
Sometimes, and we've seen it, and we've heard Mike Rogers say it on the desk many times, is that these drivers, these pursuit suspects, are just buying themselves a little bit of time. Making calls, talking to people, and they know eventually they will be arrested by LAPD. It's just a matter of when. And of course, LAPD wanting this to end as quick as possible, just because of how dangerous pursuits can be, especially in residential areas like this. Very dangerous to the people living in this community, and all the other drivers on the roadway.
And we've seen, you know, in those very rare, exceptionally rare circumstances where a pursuit driver in a situation like this will have the briefest of moments where they get out and then start taking off on foot, or even we've seen them get out and swap vehicles and then keep the pursuit going in a completely different vehicle, and that's because a friend came by and picked them up, and then they just keep going. But as of right now, we haven't seen any attempts at that. We haven't seen anything other than these last 10 minutes or so as we start pulling in here to, looks like another alleyway. Once again in that same area, and LAPD is in very close pursuit directly behind with the airship over top. There is no breaking the line of sight between officers and this vehicle.
It's safe to say that driver was just going in circles.
Yes.
For a moment. Now driving on the opposite side of the road there for no reason, just swerving straight into the opposite side. It looks like there's some side damage to this vehicle. Correct, right on top of the tire there?
Yep, right next to the headlight. Yeah, you're right. It does look like that. So, and that's the first time we've noticed it here.
Actually, to the entire right side of the vehicle.
And that was something that we didn't notice at first, and because of the darkness, and we don't even know if it happened at any point during this pursuit or if it was before.
Yeah.
We picked it up and brought it to you here on air. But right now, this moment, like these moments here, where we're out of the alleyways, we're out of the residential areas, those still carry obviously a significant amount of danger. But here is where our nerves start to tick up even a little bit more, because we've seen the driving across, you know, the wrong side of the road with other cars and traffic still hanging around through red lights, yellow lights, green lights, and you never really know what's going to happen.
I'll tell you, Gio, what's making me nervous here is that if they continue down Long Beach Boulevard here, they'll hit the Bixby Knolls area, and that's an area that has a lot of restaurants, lined with restaurants, and a lot of people are out at all times, especially on a weekend. And so you just gotta, you gotta hope that they aren't going as quickly as they were.
Yep. Because the margin for error then is already near non-existent.
This area that has even more pedestrian traffic.
Yeah, you start holding your breath.
You can see people moving out of the way. They're getting that heads up from LAPD and the airship that a pursuit suspect is coming through now through the Compton area. Yeah,
it's nerve-wracking to say the least, on top of, you know, worried about every other person that might be out and about, because now even in this moment here on this street on Temple Avenue in Caldwell, they just hit a speed bump. It slowed them down a little bit, picking back up speed, and you have all these cars parked outside of these homes on the sides. There's just not much room to maneuver at all. And this vehicle keeps on going. Like there has been no indication that they're planning on stopping, swapping out, or moving around, doing that sort of thing.
I should also correct myself. I was a little disoriented when I was saying going towards the Bixby area. It's not. They're going the opposite direction on Long Beach Boulevard, which is why they've made it to the Compton area.
And still, like even whether it's in this area or elsewhere, like there's all these vehicles we've already noticed. We've lost count at the numbers that are just kind of diverting themselves out of the way at the last second. Now, granted, they're helped by the fact that you see. You see the lights, you see the LAPD cruisers coming down, you see the spotlight overhead, and knowing that something's going on, like you just saw another vehicle get out of the way. And, you know, we've been wondering whether or not this driver's going to take any chance to jump on the freeway. No, if anything, they're just trying, on the sidewalk, and trying to avoid that traffic as we get near the train tracks here. I mean,
that's probably the most dangerous maneuver we've seen this driver make thus far, just driving on top, right through a sidewalk to get past some traffic. And it just shows you at what lengths this driver will go to try to get away. Although
reckless,
we know,
to say the least.
Although we know that's not going to happen. There's LAPD behind. That airship is the most help.
It's been locked in the entire time. Yep.
If those police officers on the ground can't continue to follow this, if they feel like it's too dangerous and they pull back, there's always that airship that will continue following. And if it's a stolen vehicle, they probably have all the information they need, the license plate.
Right.
They're able to, many times, I don't know what kind of vehicle this is. I don't think we've gotten confirmation on it just yet. But if it's a newer vehicle, sometimes there are capabilities to find this vehicle even later.
They have the playbook, essentially. They have all the information. Everything that they need to know is hitting the brakes right now and making a right turn. I was wondering if they were going to do anything a bit more abrupt. But, you know, one of the sort of silver linings that we're seeing here in just the last couple of minutes here as we've gotten into the Compton area is that, at least by our count, a little bit fewer number of cars than we saw when we were in North Long Beach. And, you know, then we had the really reckless and dangerous driving on the sidewalk maneuver just to avoid traffic. And here we are again in a very similar circumstance where you have a residential area with a lot of cars parked on both sides of the road. And I may have seen a speed bump there for a short second earlier at the front end of that road. But, you know, it's dark. We're going 40 plus, 50 plus miles an hour on a Saturday night. Like right now, as Leslie mentioned, the airship, the light, and all the lights coming from LAPD cruisers are really like the big warning sign for anybody who might just be in the area to just be careful and move out of the way. But yeah, this person is just not, another speed bump there, not really giving up and just going. So as you mentioned, it's a matter of time, right? Because there's nothing we've seen to indicate right now that
slowing down at those speed bumps.
That LAPD is, you know, at the most, as we zoom in, do we see someone else in the passenger seat?
I'm trying to make out. It almost looks like there is something pink. If that's a person, I'm not sure yet, but it does look like, it does look like there is a passenger. They're on their phone there, maybe wearing a pink shirt or something. It looked like some kind of pink or red color, and then the driver was in blue.
Yeah, so that's the first time we've been able to see beyond knowing that it's just the driver.
Okay, we know at least two people in this vehicle.
At least two people in the vehicle. Stolen vehicle first reported out of South LA. LAPD's been in pursuit now for upwards. We've been on air now with this for at least 20 plus minutes. So longer than that as we've been trying to keep an eye on this. So at least two, we don't know if it's any more than that, but you know, slowly getting even the damage on the right side of the vehicle. That's something we noticed in just the last few minutes. First, almost primarily above the wheel, but really on the entire right side of the vehicle.
Entire passenger side. Yeah. You can see some damage near the back passenger window. Oh boy. Just swerving in the wrong lanes here.
It might be those speed bumps that are, you know.
Yeah, you take them at such a high rate of speed, it's going to get you there out of control, which is why they're probably trying to slow down a bit. Interesting to note that we have not, since SkyCal got over the pursuit, we have not seen LAPD use any tactics like spike strips or pit maneuvers or even attempt to do a pit maneuver. And that's probably because we continue to be in these really narrow residential streets. And it looks like this is another residential street here in Compton.
And they're all narrow. Like there's just simply not enough room to perform anything like that. And of course you have to worry about the danger toward residents, toward their houses, toward anybody who might be out and about. So there hasn't been any indication that that's something they've even tried to do since we got overhead. And then of course, every time we sort of break out of these residential areas and get onto surface streets like what we're seeing right now, the eye contact, for lack of a better phrase, is even more contained and locked in, but then the speed picks up and then you have traffic and other things to consider when it comes to
on the opposite side of the road once again,
things
Gio.
Like that.
Riding the median, which we've seen this driver do several times. And you can see the spotlight directly on that vehicle. Again, we know two people in the car. Right now we're zooming in on that damage. Take a look. The entire right side of this car looks pretty damaged. We don't know if this happened during the pursuit or before. But you got to wonder, did it happen during the pursuit? Because this driver was taking really sharp turns really quickly. We don't have that answer just yet, but you can see the damage yourself.
And we're also seeing that passenger that we first got an eye on just a couple minutes ago, seemingly just on their phone. And, you know, when we often bring up pursuits when we're thinking about the driver and what that driver may be doing, if they're by themselves or calling friends or doing something else, now, you know, we loop in a passenger who could potentially be doing the same thing and they're talking amongst themselves.
We don't know. Is the passenger there because they want to be there?
Right. Right, that's certainly a
lot of
potential
times
factor.
We have seen the passengers have absolutely nothing to do with the pursuit. They just happened to be in the car when this started. Again, police telling us that the want here was a stolen vehicle, so we don't know if the passenger, you know, are are there because they want to be there or not at this point. But we do know, of course, 2 people in the car right now, and police saying this is a stolen vehicle.
Yeah, and right now you also notice that LAPD has, you know, at least just based on the framing of this right now, sort of gave it a little bit more space as we approach 65 miles an hour right now, still in the Compton area. So we've spent a lot of time sort of highlighting how it started in South LA and then hung out in the North Long Beach area for a prolonged amount of time.
Yeah. Almost going in circles, basically.
Yeah, to the point where after the 4th alleyway, you're thinking, okay, they're just kind of caught in a rhythm and caught in a pattern, and it's just going to keep going that way. Only then, in the last 5 to 10 minutes or so, have we now extended into Compton, and it has sort of taken on the same, not the same exact routine, but a very similar one, where we exist on these surface streets for a bit, but get to speeds of 70 miles an hour as opposed to 50 to 60. And then getting occasionally into those residential areas where the only thing really stopping this driver so far has been those speed bumps.
Yeah, that's the only time we really saw them slow down. It looks like either they drove over something or they tossed something out of the vehicle. I saw something roll out there, but unsure if that actually came from the vehicle. They just drove over something. Again, making another sharp turn where they veer into the wrong lanes and they get situated again, but you gotta. We're back in the North Long Beach area.
Yep, there you go.
Back on Long Beach Boulevard. And at this point, I guess just continuing to stay in that same area. You got to, you know, for LAPD and these officers, just how frustrating it is at this point. Although they want to make sure they keep this safe, they want this to come to an end. Are they on the wrong side of the road? No, it's a residential area.
Yeah,
just very narrow roads.
And now we're sort of, you know, replaying the hits when it came to the last 20 or so minutes, is getting back into the same area they were before and just driving through these neighborhoods where, once again, that question sort of pops back up again of, are they familiar with the area? Because pursuit suspects tend to just hang around the area that they're very familiar with, hoping for any sort of getaway, while on top of everything else, they're just buying themselves time that inevitably will run out at a certain point. And right here, you know, you're slowing down, which is some sort of good news, getting into 20, 25 miles an hour, but now climbing closer to 40. And every time there's an ebb and flow to, there's a moment you think that we might finally get an end to this pursuit, whether that's LAPD finally either cornering, using a spike strip, or otherwise surrounding this vehicle. And then all of a sudden you make another turn and get away, because there have been moments so far throughout the last half hour or so where it looks like there's a dead end coming up, or maybe it's an end of a cul-de-sac, and then no, there's something else that extends it for just a bit longer.
Yeah, I was trying to get in touch with our news desk here to see if they're hearing anything on their end. A lot of times they're keeping their ear to those scanners. We know Mike Rogers does that during the week to make sure he can keep up with all these pursuits out here. So we're going to try to connect with them and see if they're hearing anything on their end. A lot of times LAPD will say, hey, we have done spike strips. We might have not caught it. But at this point so far, we know LAPD has not used any tactics here, driving very close to the vehicle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 LAPD cruisers now behind this stolen vehicle here as it heads into yet another alleyway in the North Long Beach area.
Almost looks like the exact same one from earlier. We do want to welcome in our viewers here at the top of the hour to CBS LA at 10 o'clock. I'll catch you up in case you're just now joining us on a stolen vehicle pursuit. It looks like it's slowing down, just trying to keep an eye on it to see if potentially this could be the ending. If not, we'll obviously continue and maintain our coverage of it, but we're going to show you video from earlier that's going to be on the right side of your screen of some close calls with something that started in South LA. LAPD has been on top of this stolen vehicle pursuit for at least the last half hour or so, possibly even longer than that, because we have broken in just the last half hour. In terms of updates, there you go. You see the driver jump out of the vehicle, and just within the last few seconds, there he goes. That's the one wearing the blue shirt. We're going to mention that there was a passenger in the seat as well, but to Leslie's point earlier, we didn't know if that was someone who wanted to be there or was potentially a suspect as well. And here you go. You have the driver bailing out of that vehicle.
Does it look like, I was going to say a ponytail, but I could be wrong on that. It's just so dark in this area as they continue on here. really running for a long time. It looks like they're going into a backyard of a home. Very dangerous situation, and it's just going to come to an end there. LAPD tackling that suspect in this backyard of this. You got to wonder, do they know the home? They just were able to open that door so quickly. Or if it was just happened
to be unlocked. Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, they just, I guess, took their chances at this point. But LAPD officers able to tackle that suspect. We don't know if they are complying or not. But if we can get back to the vehicle, we may be able to see if if that other person was still in the car at the time.
And right now, just taking a look, it's hard to tell. They must have already combed through at least some of the car and keeping an eye on it. But that was something we were going to bring up, that at a certain point we noticed that there was a second person.
There was a passenger
in the vehicle, maybe on their phone for quite a bit. That was also the side of the car that had some damage to it, at least some significant damage on the right side of the vehicle. We're going to show you the moments from earlier where it pulled off, and then there goes the driver exiting out. And then there's a second person that looked, oh my goodness.
It was hard to see. We moved so quickly.
We just moved so quickly with it, but we did see a second person just there for a half second at least, jumping out of the car at the same time. And now finally coming to an end after what turned out to be a pretty lengthy and at times repetitive pursuit.
Yeah, definitely. Felt like it was circles in the North Long Beach, Compton area. But for now, we know that LAPD did arrest at least one person, the driver here. We're going to try to follow up to see what happened with that passenger. But for now, I think this pursuit has come to